Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now it's a Saturday morning now, and the weather here is overcast. It's about 17 degrees. There's absolutely no wind. So I'm in the greenhouse now, and I'm just looking at the Phrag that's on the drip system. It's turned off at the moment because I've just been cleaning up, and I think it's time we just had a look at one of the plants, see what the roots are doing. I mean, the water that's going into them is the bad water, which is coming out of the RO unit, but it's going in at 123 and it's coming out at 123 as well. So that 123 parts per million is okay, but these plants have been getting it now 24/7 for about 2.5 months. So we'll just have a look at one of the plants, and I think we'll have a look at this one because it needs cleaning up a little bit. It's got some bad leaves on it. And this is it's a Phrag grande. So we'll just have a look at this one and see what's happening to the roots. So as you can see, it's a many growth plant, this one, and there's lots of ones cutting off, and that's an old growth, so I'll cut the complete growth off, and but first I'll take it out of the pot, have a look at the roots, give it a good clean up, and then repot it again. But I don't know what we're going to find here, whether we're going to find any roots that are new growers, which it should be starting now about this time of year, or whether there are a lot of soft roots, which I don't think there should be, because Phrag do like the feet wet. But you never know until you take it out of the pot what you're going to find. And the one thing I really don't want to find in here are slugs or snails. I can put up with anything else, but they really do damage your plants. I mean, I've just repotted a Paphiopedilum that wasn't doing very well, took it out of the pot, a nice big slug wrapped around the roots. So I've disposed of that, repotted it into some new bark, a little bit of moss, and let's hope that picks up. Anyhow, we'll get on with it, unpotting this one now. Well, as you can imagine, it's very wet, but what we find, I do not know. And it doesn't look very good. No, that's very disappointing. It's looking absolutely terrible. There's more dead roots than good roots. Now last year, when I put these on the drip system, the roots were absolutely fantastic. But now, not good at all. A lot of dead ones, no new growing. So it's about time I had a look at all these, repotted them all, and started doing them in the normal way. You can see the roots there. Most of them are dead, so I'm going to clean it up, and I'll come back and show you exactly what it's like. Well, I've cleaned the roots up as best as I can. I've took a load of dead roots off, and there's no new growth at all on these roots, but they're all rock hard, these, so it should be alright. I don't think there's any problems with it. There are new growth starting somewhere where I can find them. There. Looks like a new root starting there. Good. And new growth there. Whoops. New growth there starting. See if there's anything around the other side. Yeah, there's a new growth there starting, but not looking good at all. This is the old rootstock, so you can tell how old the plant is. But that's where I've cut the old growth off, and I've dosed it with dragon's blood. I think I'll put a bit of cinnamon on top as well, just to make sure. and that looks like there might be a new root growing there. So what I've done, it was in a 3 litre pot, so I've gone back down to a 2 litre pot, and I'm going to put it on all new bark and some perlite, and that's all I'm going to put in. So we'll mix this new bark and this perlite up and get this Phrag repotted. So we've mixed all this together now, and I've put some bit down in the pot there. So we'll get this one repotted up and keep our fingers crossed for it. A bit too much in there. I'm sorry if you can hear me sniffling, but that's my problem starting again, the rhinitis. Or it could be a bit of hay fever. But we'll pot this one up. Take an awful lot of media. We can just throw it in and then lift this to the height we need it. So that's right. Make sure it's got bedded down properly. And hopefully this should be okay. But you never know, do you? You never ever know what's going to happen to these. Well, that's that one potted up. So I'll put this on one side and give it a good watering in a few minutes. And have a look at another one. The next one we're going to have a look at is this is a primary cross between caudatum and grande. The problem is with this, with the grande part of it, if you look on the web, it says grande is a cross between caudatum and longifolium. And on another site you can see that it says it's a cross between longifolium and Humboldtii. So whichever one you want to choose there, it's got caudatum in it, which doesn't require as much water, and it's got longifolium or Humboldtii, which it does require quite a bit of water. So whatever you do with this, just treat it normally as a Phragmipedium, as you would treat them all. You can't do anything else. There's so much differences in them that you can't possibly tend to it the way that different parts of the plant will like to be tended. So just treat them all as Phragmipediums, that's all you can do. Anyhow, having said that, we'll take this out of its pot and see what trouble is in there. Right, give this one a squeeze. This one's growing, it's coming up with a nice new leaf in there and a nice one there. So let's have a quick look at this and hope it's better than the last one. No, it looks exactly the same, although I can see a new growing tip. Yep, it's still bad, still a lot of bad roots on it. But we'll clean this up and come back to you and have a good look at it. I mean, I could clean this up while still videoing it, you know, it'll make it a longer video, but that's not what these things are about. The videos are to put a little bit of explanation to it and try and show people what you should and what you shouldn't do, and that's about it. So we'll just clean this up and come back to you. Well, I've cleaned this one up and it's taken me ages, and you can see where the thick black roots are on this one. I'll show you properly. Whoops. This part here is just solid wood, so you can tell how old the plant is, and it comes right round. This is solid wood as well, so it's been in these pots, or it's been grown for many years, this one, and fortunately we have some new growth on the bottom, but I've cleaned it all up now, and it's a 4-growth plant, and we've got a little new growth there, so I'll just wash all the roots off properly and repot it up into fresh bark. Well, the roots have all been washed and cleaned now, so it's the best I can do. And if you can see what I mean, the real hard wood there, you can see the big thick pieces, which is its original roots. So we'll just get this one potted up in a 2-litre pot, and it's the same media as I used for the other one, and we'll see how this one goes on. Put a bit of media in there. Measure it for the size of the roots. It looks good around about there. So the only thing now to do is to fill it up. I know this isn't very interesting, you've seen me do it all before, but it's something that needs doing. That'll do for that one. And I've just been thinking if I can get, I'll put its label back in, the Grandi Cross Cordatum, if I can get a large amount of that alkaline rot wool, I'd use quite a bit more of that, but we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, that's that one potted up. Well, I've just shown you two from the drip system, and they were okay, but not as good as they should have been. So I'm going to check all these out, and if they need repotting, then they'll have to get repotted. But we'll have a good look at them, but we'll leave that for another time. So thanks very much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.